Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. Hopefully, you can hear me. We're not going to have any issues there. Let's see. And are we live? We are live. All right. I found it. So we are good to go. Let's see if you are here hanging out with us. Go ahead and say hello while I share with the groups really quick to make it easier, hopefully, for everyone to find us. All right, there we are. And let's see what's going on. My iPad tells me we are live, but it's not doing anything. So let's do a reboot and hopefully we're really live. Okay. Technology, not always our best friend. Hopefully this is truly live. If you're popping in, please go ahead and say hello so I know you're here. I should be live over in YouTube as well as Facebook. Let's see. Give the iPad a second here to connect to everything. Okay, I think we're reconnected. Oh, hey, Arlene. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay, there we go. Yes, perfect. Okay. Just my iPad misbehaving then. I just had to reboot it and it's now catching up. Hey, Miss Betty. Hello, 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 everyone. All right. So everybody's starting to pop on now. So I think we're good. It was just my iPad misbehaving and had to be. We're having an actual spring-like day here. It's windy and chilly, but it's more springy. We had sun and I got a little tiny bug flying around now. I guess take the good with the bad, right? But we're glad to start seeing some spring-like weather that doesn't include snow. Yesterday was a crazy day. We had snow, sleet, rain, back to snow, back to rain. And then last night we had a little bit of a thunderstorm. And then today was a beautiful sunny day, but like I said, a little breezy and chilly. Hey, Deb, glad you could join us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started on our housekeeping things. So I'm going to switch the camera over. Let's see if we can't do that. There we are. All right, so we're still in the April Paper Pumpkin subscription period. That's going to be all the little things Paper Pumpkin. That'll be a card kit where you'll make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. It will have 9 matching envelopes, iridescent foil die cuts, a shaded spruce ink spot, and of course your stamp set. But it's also going to include a free box organizer, as you can see in this little photograph. Hopefully you can see it okay in the video, to allow you to organize your ink spots in your Paper Pumpkin box. I mean, obviously you could use it for other things if you have other small items that you need to organize. but it's going to be perfect for your ink spots. So I thought that was kind of neat. We do have the online exclusives happening right now. This is something new. The Stampin' Up! Is started, and this should be with us for some time. How long the actual items will be, some are going to remain in the online offering. Other things, once it's gone, it's gone. We don't know what those items are that are going to stick around versus which ones will be once they're gone, they're gone. The tropical leaf bundle. Um, I believe the punch did go unavailable once, but it's back in stock again. So that must be one that I think that they will be restocking. The Rhino Ready, no idea. Irresistible Blooms, again, they did restock the dies, so that one is something that'll be sticking around. Then there is the what's the name of that stamp set? Growth Takes Time stamp set. There's some ribbon. There's these really pretty border dies. We have the Radiating Stitches dies, which we are using a couple of those tonight. We also have the alphabet, the gilded paper, and then the 3 embossing folders, which are really awesome. Then, of course, there's the kits collection. They're releasing new kits rather frequently, almost monthly anyway. So that's another awesome thing. Then, of course, we have the March tutorial bundle. We'll soon be seeing the April one. The March tutorial bundle is in my online store for sale for $20. But you can get it for free with a $50 purchase in my online store before shipping and tax. And then you'll get it for free. The other thing is tonight's card kits and project kits you can also earn for free with a $35 order. You just have to use the host code so that I know you want the card kits, okay, and project kit, because we are doing a 3D project tonight as well. So that's it for this little side notes, and I'm going to show you the projects we're making. We are using the Sweet Citrus Bundle. This is in the mini catalog. This bundle is really versatile, and I'm going to show you how this can become a coconut, as well as a lime, a lemon, an orange, grapefruit, pink grapefruit, you name it. Anything can be made out of this set. Hey, Miss Lori, glad you could join. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that. So our projects tonight, first up is the lemons. So we're going to make a little garden, what do you want to call this? A little garden basket, maybe. And I did put some candy in here. I don't know if anybody remembers lemon heads growing up. Well, I found these little lemon heads when we were out and about, and I thought they were perfect for filling our little garden basket. And it says, enjoy the sweeter things in life. And the thing about this little 3D project is this is really cute. You can easily make this for Easter. You could change up your decor here, put a little bunny. If you were lucky enough to get the bunny punch before it sold out, it is coming back in stock, but not until after Easter. That's coming back in May, but you can certainly get the stamp set with the bunny and fussy cut the bunny. And this would be really cute. Fill it with some Easter grass, put the little chocolate eggs in there. So I thought this was a really cute little project. So I wanted to share that with you because, again, you don't have to do it with the lemons. You could fill it with Easter candy and it would be really cute. Then I have here the pink grapefruit. This says thanks a bunch. And you can see here I did use the stitched online only set of dies here. I did the little circle here that says thanks a bunch. And then we did a coconut. And I also brought in the online only tropical leaf and punch with our coconuts to give it a more tropical look. So again, I'll show you how we can make our citrus into coconuts. Okay, so we're going to set this stuff aside. The first thing we are going to do is our little basket here. Bring in everything that I need here. Ooh. So I have all of my stuff. Have my little box of lemon heads. Okay, and I've got my yellow ink pads. Okay. So I have here a piece of, what did I use? Daffodil Delight. And it measures 8 inches by 6 inches. And I went ahead to keep this video going and not have you sitting here forever watching me do all this. I did do a lot of stuff ahead of time just to make things simpler. But I did forget to bring over my, did I? Or no, maybe it's in this other. I just got to find where I put my paper snips. Here they are. And my little folder. Okay. So this is 6 inches by 8 inches. And I went ahead and I scored this at 1 3/4 on all 4 sides. Okay, so 1 3/4 scored all the way around on this 8 by 6. Okay. So next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to snip up my score lines here, and we're just going to take a little snip out of here on both sides. Same thing on this side. Okay, get all this out of the way here. Get my little trash can. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold on all of our score lines. And let's see, I have my liquid glue. And we're going to put liquid glue on these little end tabs. Bring that up. Hold that in place. If you had little clothespins, those would be perfect in this little situation here to hold these for just the extra minute. Hey, Nance. No worries. Okay, now we're going to do the other side here. Get them. And again, just going to hold that for just a second. Hey, sis. Okay, so there's the start of our little garden box. Okay, so that's all together. All right, so we're gonna set that aside for just a minute. And then I have 2 pieces. They each measure 3.5 by 2.5. And I went ahead on the one piece and I marked 3/4 of an inch in on both sides, and then 3/4 of an inch coming in from this side as well, so that we can, I'm going to show you how we're going to get our little box side. So we have our shape here, if you can see. So I just did the one, and I'm going to layer the 2 together just like that. And now I'm going to, where I made these little marks, I'm going to cut from one to the other to get my shape. So we're just going to go there. And then I can see in my lighting. There we go. There we go. So we can get rid of those little triangles. Those go right in the trash. And now we have our sides. So again, just going to use some liquid glue. That end. And these line up. Right. Like so. Again, just a really cute but simple little basket, I guess you could call it. Okay. Hold that in place. Now, what I like about this little basket is it has a pretty substantial handle. I mean, I wouldn't put anything too heavy in there and try to lift this up, but it's got just enough strength in it that you can, with those, that whole box of lemon heads, I can pick it up by the handle. And it's pretty sturdy. I'm going to show you how the handle goes on. So for the handle, I have another piece of Daffodil Delight. And it measures 5.5 by 2.5. And as you can see, I scored it at a 1/2 inch, and again at 5 inches. Okay, and then it's scored at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2 inches. All right, so you can go ahead and fold on all of those score lines, which I've already gone ahead and done. And then we're just going to cut up these little tabs. So we're going to cut, and again, we're going to give them a little trim. My fingers aren't working tonight. Get these little trimmings out of there if I can get my fingers on them. Okay, and then we're going to turn around and do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're just going to trim. And trim. Get these little notches out of there. Okay, clean up our space. And then we can go ahead, fold that down, add a little adhesive along that strip right there. And then we're just going to lay this right down like so. And we'll hold it for just a second until it grabs. Okay, so then you have this little tube, and you do have an extra tab on this side where it doubles over. So that's where you want to start your folding, is on the first tab. Fold that in, add a little bit of adhesive, and then fold the next one down. That one, the double, is going to be the last one down. So that one goes down. Get that stuck. Add a little adhesive. That goes down. And this goes down. Okay. And then same thing. You'll see this side here has a little extra tab. So that's the first one that you put down. Add some glue. Hold it down until it grabs. Little glue. And finally, the very last tab again, we come back around. So then, once you get them stuck together, we're going to add a little glue to the very ends. And then they just come in here. And it does take a minute for these to stick, so you do have to hang on to them for a minute. But the liquid glue does hold it nice and strong. So we're just going to hold that there. Okay, so that should be good for the moment, and just let it dry. All right, so now I have one of these old cello bags that Stampin' Up used to sell. I don't think we have this particular one anymore. These are the gusseted, and all I did is open up the lemon heads and pour them in to the gusseted bag. Like so. Oh, that stupid Echo Dot. She's got her own brain going on there. All right. And because it's really, I don't know if you can see here, but it's really tall, long. So I went ahead and I trimmed this down. So we're going to go ahead, and I took probably about 3 inches off of it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Oop, get my hand out of the way. You probably can. All right. So I took about 3 inches off, and then just rolled it down a couple times. And using a stapler, I just put in a staple to hold it. And then I just stuck it down into our little garden basket, like so. So there's our lemon heads. Okay, now on to the stamping and the fun part. So I did go ahead and stamp and die cut our leaves ahead of time. So that would just save a little bit of time. So we have 2 sets of leaves. And then I have a piece of basic white. This measures 5 by 3 3/4. I found that that is like the perfect size for this particular stamp set. Now, these, the outline, which is the rind, and the inside, the citrusy fruit pieces, it's all one stamp. So you're stamping everything all at the same time. And it comes with a hybrid embossing folder and a die, and I will show you how that operates. It's really, really neat how it works. So first up, we're going to use our darker yellow. I'm using crushed curry for our yellow. I'm going to go ahead and ink up our rind to our lemons because we're making lemons this time. And like I said, this is kind of neat because you can make lemons, limes, goodness gracious, grapefruit. Okay, so we're going to go just like so. So there's our rind. We do need to bring in our shampoo and clean that off. Then we have the fruit pieces, the inside. And this, we're using the Daffodil Delight. So we're going to go ahead, get that inked up really well. And now this, it looks like I missed a little bit of this one here. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we can just line this up inside the rinds. And because this is a bit of a larger stamp, you do want to make sure you put enough pressure on it to get all of that ink transferred. And there you have it. Okay. So we can go ahead and clean this up. Okay. Next, we need the die. And we need, what did I do with it? The embossing folder. And again, this is what they call a hybrid embossing folder. Okay, so this has all of our pieces in there. And I found the easiest way to line everything up is to go ahead and put my die inside the embossing folder, because this is going to emboss and cut all at the same time. That's what makes it a hybrid. So then I put my cardstock in here that's stamped, and then go ahead and line this up as best you can. And it's kind of goes in at a bit of an angle. And it does take a little bit of fussing, but it's not as bad as you think, really. Okay. It's way easier when you're not on a camera being watched by all your friends. Oop. There, I think we're almost there. There we go. Okay, we got it pretty lined up. I'm going to bring the big boss up. So there's our big boss. And for this, because this hybrid, we are going to set it up for a 3D embossing. But again, you're embossing and cutting off at the same time. So you have your main plate, the number 1, your platform. Then, of course, you have your die with your embossing folder and your paper. And then you have the specialty plate number 4. And then you're just going to run that through. And you hear it crunching and snapping, which is absolutely normal. And you get this very realistic look from embossing and die cutting all at the same time. So you can see the detail in those pieces. These ones here with the insides, those really have some detail to them. Okay, so now we have those. And then I have a 1/2 inch wide piece of basic white. And where's my sentiment? It is enjoy the sweeter things in life. And we need our garden green ink pad. There it is. So our leaves are done in garden green and our sentiment is also done in garden green. So we're just going to say, enjoy the sweeter things in life. Just like that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Clean that stamp. It does this. It's a really cool stamp and folder. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to, let's make that a little bit smaller. We're just going to put a little banner on the end here. Just like that. And then this, even though there's some pretties here, you could, if you're into fussy cutting, these are perfect little pieces. You could go ahead and fussy cut out and take a sponge dauber and do some coloring with. But I'm just going to toss it. I just need to find now what I did with my dimensionals here. I thought I brought them over. Did I do with my dimensionals? All right, apparently I didn't bring them. I thought I did. Just a moment. These aren't the ones. ones. All right, we're going to have to use these ones. I must have brought them over here. I'm just not seeing them. So we're just going to take dimensionals. That one gets in there. This one gets a few. And this one. Okay. So what I did, I don't see my Seal Plus. So again, we're going to stick with our liquid glue, I guess. I got myself a mess over here. I have no idea what I did with anything. So that'll go like so. And then we need our round citrus piece. And here's our wedge. Oh, I put this on the wrong. Add a little bit of glue. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm out of the camera. I got the dimensional on this edge and a little glue here. And we're just going to add that there. Then we're going to add the little half piece of lemon here. We're going to add that. And then we're going to do our whole lemon. And we're just going to sneak this little leaf in. Like so. All right. Next comes our sentiment. And we're just going to add a little adhesive there. And that's going to go right on our handle. Just like that. So there are our little baskets with our lemon heads. And like I said, easy, easy, easy to change that up, make it perfect for Easter. You could do Easter bunnies. You could do a floral for Easter, whatever your heart's desire. You could do them for birthdays, however you want to decorate them. But I just thought the lemons were so cute. Okay, so let me get these over here and out of the way. Next up, we're going to do our pink grapefruit card, which is really quite simple. So I'll show you how we did that. I have a Flirty Flamingo card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5. I have it scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to fold on that score line. Press that out with our bone folder. I went ahead, again, to keep things kind of moving along. I went ahead and embossed with that citrus embossing folder a piece of basic white. This measures 5 inches by 3 3/4. So you have all the little fruit in the background there. And we're going to go ahead and add that to our card base. Oh, come on. So we're going to go ahead, add that. Oop, goodness gracious. Get there in the center. So got that down. Like so. All right. Next, I have another piece of basic white. This also measures 5 inches by 3 3/4 because we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to take our rind, and this time using the Daffodil Delight. And ink that all up. So there's our rind for our pink grapefruit. Now, when we cut this out, that one there, we won't need that. You can set that aside for another project that you're making lemons. But in this particular case, we aren't using it because we're making grapefruits. So we're done with that. And now we need Flirty Flamingo. So we have Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to go ahead and ink up the centers here. So again, lining this up. Oh, that grapefruit did not. That's why I say this is a large stamp. You want to really make sure you're putting pressure. Not too bad. Okay, we'll close this up for a minute. And then the exact same way we did the other one, we're going to do this one. So we're going to, again, line everything up. I don't know why tonight it was very easy this afternoon when I was doing this. Let's try it. Get this lined up, and then we can maybe really this isn't as hard as I'm making it look. Because it went really easy this afternoon. There we go. You can get the dye to stay where it's in the groove there, and then you can get your paper you just wiggle it in, and that's the way I got it to work this afternoon. And again, it was really simple this afternoon, but for some reason tonight, I don't know, sitting here at this angle. Okay, there, I think we got it pretty good. That one, there we go. What's the matter, Tucky? Oh, Daddy's got a fire going. That's what the problem is, isn't it? He's under here looking like he's been scolded because he's afraid of the fire in the wood stove. Poor baby. Oh, hey, Kay. Yes, no worries. That's what the replay is for. All right, so there we go. We have all of our little pieces cut here. And again, we have another piece. Again, if you wanted a fussy cut, feel free to do something like that. But again, don't need the actual lemon here because we're just using the grapefruit pieces that we created. So we can bring back our stamp set. And I did go ahead and stamp and die cut our leaves. And I also die cut one of those stitched. It's called the Radiating Stitches. I did the circle. This is the number 2 circle because there's 2 circles in there. This is the largest. Maybe I should call it the number 1. Anyway, so we're going to stamp our sentiment on there, which is thanks a bunch. And we're going to do that in Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to go ahead and get that all inked up. And thanks a bunch. Right there. Found my dimensionals that I couldn't find, but I still don't see my Seal Plus. Anyway, so we can go ahead and add a dimensional to the back of our radiating stitched thanks a bunch. That'll land right there. We need our add a little glue to our leaf. We'll put that right about there. Now we want the full circle here. Add a couple of dimensionals to this. Yeah, I agree, Kate. This is a pretty cool set. Well, like I said, the versatility of it alone is pretty impressive, I have to say. All right, so we're going to do a dimensional here. We'll add a little bit of Tombow there. I'll add that there. And then let's see. So we're going to put the dimensionals on this side. And then we're just going to weasel these little leaves here. See if we can't get them. There we go. Like so. And then I have the glossy dots. These you'll find in the annual catalog. And I'm using the Daffodil Delight. So we're going to do one there. There. And then one of these medium ones we'll put right down in here. And that finishes our card with the grapefruit, pink grapefruit. Well, thank you, Kay. I appreciate you sharing that. Okay, one more card to go. And that is our coconut card. So to do this one, I started with a crumb cake card base. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm gonna press that out with our bone folder. Then I took Old Olive, and that is cut 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through the embossing or the Big Boss with the Cane Weave 3D embossing folders. That's already done. So it's the Cane Weave, and you know when I use embossing folders that are really heavily embossed like this, I do like liquid glue anyway, so not a big problem not finding my Seal Plus at this point, because we're going to use this anyway, because that's going to make sure we have a good contact with our card base here. So now we can press that down. What's the matter, Bubba? Come on. I'm going to lay down here, Mama. He's having his little hissy. Oh, he's going to run downstairs, go see what Dad's doing. Okay. All right. Then I used that Radiating Stitches. I used the second rectangle in here and die cut this here. So we can go ahead and we're going to add dimensionals to this. Thanks, sis. Well, thank you, Sherry. I'm glad you like it too. All right, so this is just going to go in the center of our card base. Oh, about like so. Make sure I'm straight. Okay. Then I have another piece of Old Olive. It's just a scrap. And I have my Mossy Meadow ink pad. And where is the tropical leaf stamp. So I'm going to stamp 2 of these. So we're going to stamp 1 here. And we're going to stamp a second one. So it's Mossy Meadow on Old Olive. So Mossy Meadow ink on Old Olive cardstock. So again, making sure you put enough pressure, transfer all that ink, and there. Clean that off. Then we're going to use the Tropical Leaf Punch. Again, this is part of the online only offering. And it is a bundle. So you can save 10% by buying the stamp and the punch together. And punch out the second one. Like so. Put that back in the scrap pile. Then set those there. I have a scrap of basic white, and we're going to need our rind because this is how we're going to get our coconuts. And I need soft suede ink. I think I'm going to probably do it this way. And we're just inking up this one rind right here. Let's add a little more ink to that. Okay. Stamp. And one more. I'm just going to ink that up again. Like so. Close this up so we have no catastrophes. Clean this off. Now, to make our coconut so that it looks like a real coconut, we need smoky slate. And I have one of our mini blending brushes. Now, the larger cannot speak. The larger blending brush is a little bit too large. So you want to make sure you're using the mini, and you'll find these in our mini catalog. These just came out this past winter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a little bit of ink, and I like to dab it off there in the middle or on some scratch, and then just in the middle. It just creates that shadow for the illusion that it's concave like coconut would be. And then we're going to do the same thing. Again, tap it off on the scratch, and then make your concave appearance. Okay, close that up. And then we do need to cut that out. If you're ambitious and like to do fussy cutting, be my guest. I'm not a fan. So we're going to bring our big boss in. This time we're setting it up for die cutting. We don't need the embossing folder. So we're going to go ahead. Get this. Oop. There's one coconut. It looks like I got into the other one. I didn't give myself enough room, but it'll be okay. It'll work because we'll just hide that corner when we put them on. Come on. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, we're going to bring back our card base and our leaves. So the leaves I did keep flat. So we're just going to go ahead and add a little there we go. So we're going to do a little bit different, being I did chop that off. We're going to put this one like so. Let's see. There's always a way to deal with mistakes. That's what one of the cool things about stamping. It's not a big deal. We need our other coconut here. So this one we'll just put going that way. And you'll never know there was a mistake made. Oh, thanks, Miss Betty, and no worries. Okay. Then we do have, well, let's do that after. We're going to do our sentiment. So I have another 1/2-inch scrap. Oop. And we're again using enjoy the sweeter things in life. There are other sentiments in this stamp set, but with the coconut, I think the zesty or zest. There was another one about something about the zest of life, or I'll tell you. So they were sending you a big squeeze, which is really good for citrus, and then have a zesty birthday. So I didn't feel either of those was the right one to use with our coconut. But again, no biggie. So now we're just going to stamp our sentiment. So that over there, that. And then I took my snips. First thing, trim that. Then I took my snips and right between sweeter and things, I snipped it again. And then I knew I had mini dimensionals here, right here. And I used the minis. And a couple for this. So I went a little crooked just so that they would fit on there. I thought it ended up actually looking kind of cute. And then this one, like so. Then I brought in the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and I used the crumb cake. And I took, about yay by yay. Doubled it, of course, because I like double bows. And well, there we go. Trim those little tails. Then get a glue dot. And right there, where the coconuts and the tropical leaves come together, add a little twine bow, and there you have card number 2. So those are your projects for this week. Again, a $35 order will get you these projects in the mail to do yourself. Again, you'll need the stamps and dies and such, but I will make sure you have punched leaves and the die cut and embossed pieces here. But as far as the citrus and that, you'll have to have, or just make whatever you want out of the kits. It's up to you. But you'll just need to use the host code, so I know you want the kits. So we have enjoy this, the sweeter things in life coconut. We have a thanks a bunch pink grapefruit, and then we have enjoy the sweet things in life lemon heads, little Easter baskets or spring baskets or citrus basket, whatever you want it to be. But they're cute little garden baskets. Well, thanks, sis. Well, thank you, Miss Kay. All right, ladies, thank you again so much for coming to hang out with me. Yeah, that was the first thing we did, Miss Kay. You'll have to check that out. I gave you the instructions, and it's really cute, really simple. And like I said earlier, it's something that you could very easily change up to do for Easter with a little bunny or some Easter flowers. It's a really simple, easy project. All right, ladies, again, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me this Sunday. I appreciate you so very much. Be back again next week, and hopefully I will be posting probably tomorrow at this or that. You're going to decide what we're going to create with next week, because I can't make up my mind for next week. So I'm going to put it on you guys to decide. So watch for that post early this week so that I can start getting started once I know what we're going to do. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. Bye for now.